A while it has been since we last parted, and I greatly apologise. However, there is reasoning and I will explain at some point, but in the meanwhile, you just have to know that I've had a rough one. However, to get myself back into the swing of things, 21 Pilots have just released another album, and they are one of my favourite artists, bands, in a similar way to what AJR were, so once again, I'm going to review it. Now, their music has changed, in my opinion, quite dramatically since when they started making music, since their first studio album, and this being their sixth, I wasn't really sure whether to look for reminiscence of their old music in the songs, or search for new, different types of music which they've been making. Now, quickly, before the video starts, I would like to say I do not understand and have not spent time looking at the lore behind the 21 Pilots songs and all of the storylines behind all of their previous albums, because I simply do not... Because I simply do not have the time, and as well as this, I'd like to say that Seriously, Bella. As well as this, everything in this video is just my own opinion, and I'm open to listen to your opinions in the comments, and as well, if I get anything wrong, please let me know. Give me criticism, tell me what I can do better, I need it. Just don't be too mean. I'm only a child. Anyways, without further ado, Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots. The opening track on the album is called Good Day, and quite frankly, it gives you those sorts of vibes, with hugely bouncy piano, drums and bass, mixed in with some nice synthy sounds. I really enjoyed the way the music does all come together and give a final product. And, well, lyrics-wise, I think it's Tyler trying to communicate to himself or trying to convince someone else that today is gonna be a good day, even though everything negative going on in his life, such as losing his job, his wife and his child. I'd say this song overall is a really positive start to the album, and I'd probably give it a solid 7. And the reason that it's not higher is that to find any meaning, I had to really look and read through the lyrics quite a few times, because it's just it's not as explicit as I'd really like it to be, I guess. The next track on the list is Choker. Choker was the second single of the album, and to be honest, when it was first released, I really did not like it. However, it has grown on me since, and now I do really enjoy it. I still don't particularly like the intro, because the drums and the synth just don't really work together. When you get into the meat of the song, that chorus, that hook, it's ridiculously catchy, and layered synths and vocals work really well, and I also like how upbeat the track is in comparison to how negative the lyrics are. I like that contrast. The song is really about Tyler's depression and how he was born a choker, but now knows it's over, as the lyrics very clearly say. The song, I'd say, is probably another 7 for me. The first single of the album and the third on the track list, Shy Away. Personally, I really like this song. It really screams 21 Pilots to me. The drums are really bouncy and playful, the synth lead is just 21 Pilots, and on top of that, the hook and chorus are once again very catchy. And as for the lyrics, I wasn't entirely sure where I stood with them. However, after reading an interview with Tyler about the song, they're relatively straightforward. It's basically about becoming who you want to be and finding your purpose, which I think is a really sick topic to write a song about. And I think this song overall deserves a 9 out of 10. The Outside. This song is going on my playlist. It's pretty average for the first 40 seconds, and then the chorus kicks in and it just becomes, sick. And then it gets better. The rap verse. That rap verse, it hits so hard. I love it. The vocals are really crisp throughout the meat of the song, and that bass, it's so catchy. It's just class. The lyrics are pretty cool as well. I think that it's about being the centre of attention and being bigger and more important, and how sometimes he wonders if he is on the outside besides being the centre of the attention, which is actually quite relatable. I'm not entirely sure on that one, because I've had to assume that myself, as there is literally nothing about any of the songs on any articles or anything. This one has a 9.5 rating from me. I want to give it a 10, but as I said, the intro is pretty average. Slow down on Monday. The third and final single released in the album, I like it. It's catchy. It's a dance song, it has really nice vibes, but then it does get really repetitive. Did I mention the song's called Saturday? You'll know the song's called Saturday if you're watching this. You'll have listened to the whole album and you're going to leave your comments below, aren't you? I know it's not the case, it's not really that repetitive. It just seems to me like the whole song is just a really long chorus. But don't let that take away from the level of goodness of the song. And the lyrics give me massive disco vibes in a similar sense to what Level of Concern does. The song is about COVID-19 and how the way being inside has warped time and made it feel really weird and taken away from the linear nature of time, as well as being trapped inside for long periods of time and having no idea what is next, what is on the horizon. This song probably gets another 7. Never Take It, the 6th track on the album. Now, this is another disco-esque song with other elements of rock. With bouncy synths and electric guitars, the thick bass is absolutely dope in my opinion too. This is another song about the pandemic as well, similarly to Saturday, but in a different sense. This one more focuses on the government and the way we are all being kept inside like hamsters in a facility and how they lie about things to keep us all in check. And it's really written well. I'd say this song deserves an 8 out of 10. Mulberry Street. Now, the 7th song on the track list gives me a vibes of a kids' TV show with the simple chord sequence, underlying bass, and simple drums as well. And it quite ties in with the name, Mulberry Street, being a book by Dr. Seuss. And the song seems to follow a similar theme to the book as well, with the idea being see what you see, which essentially means open your eyes and look and see what you want to see. But it's not too strict on the theme, and it does stray off to speak of deeper things a little bit, like drugs. I think this song can have a 6 out of 5. It's not quite as strong as the others, but I still like it. Formidable. Gonna be honest, my opinions on this song are formidably bad. I hadn't even read the lyrics and I could tell from the guitar, drums and trumpet that it was going to be just another corny love song. Now, there's nothing wrong with a love song, but it's just not very 21 Pilots, if you get what I mean. It's really corny and the melodies remind me quite a lot of Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. I'm not sure if you can see that too, but it does seem like they've stripped it, taken away some notes, and it just sounds very similar. The lyrics are so soppy and lovey-dovey, and it just doesn't really work for a 21 Pilots song. Now, it's not a bad song, and some of the lyrics are smart and thoughtful, but the sound just doesn't match that of the rest of the album. Now, this video is literally opinional, and I just don't think this song really suits my taste and doesn't match what I've come to expect from them. I'm gonna say this deserves a 3 out of 10. You should bounce, 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 man. Come to the house, man. Bounce Man. I really hoped we could bounce back from the downward path this album seemed to be going on. And as much as this is much better by Formidable, by a country mile, it's not the best. The vibe it gives off with the sound is so good, it's really nice on the ear, and I'll definitely listen to it again. However, the themes seem to be a bit messed up. I'm not entirely sure whether it's about having a mate round or some drug lord escaping to Mexico and running from the police. Actually, come to think of it, I think I've had a massive brain fart while writing this, and it is about both. The song can have a 6, as its level's better than Formidable, but I don't really get the words. After hearing the first few seconds of the 10th and penultimate song on the album, No Chances, I got really excited. Because I just heard Fairly Local, and then later I heard bits of Lane Boy within the sounds and the structure of the song. And, oh, the nostalgia. And I fucking love it. I literally got goosebumps listening to this song. And I was so focused on the sound that it was giving that I didn't even notice that the chants were there at the beginning. The chants are absolutely sick, by the way. And the lyrics seem to follow on from the last song, which is good, bit of continuation. Bounce Man being about someone leaving, and this song being about bringing someone back and wanting someone back unharmed. I'm pretty sure these two songs have something to do with the law, which I haven't been bothered to educate myself on. However, without the law, this song is actually incredible. I've got to give it a 10 out of 10. It's perfect. Let's see if the final song can keep up with the revival I've seen in the trend of the songs that made no sense. Let's see if this final song can just end the album on a good note as it started. And you know what? It does. The name Redecorate refers back to the beginning of the song where Tyler was speaking of knowing it's over in Choker and switching lifestyles once again something to do with the law. However, understanding the 21 Pilots universe or not, this song is once again a great listen. The instrumentation is good, the lyrics are pretty good, and well, I think this song deserves a 9 out of 10. Now, the album overall, I'd say it starts off really strongly with those first sort of 4 or 5 songs, giving a great headline to the album. It gets a little bit weaker with obviously the massive trough of the sine graph. Fucking physics. I've finished physics now, why am I talking about it? Now with that trough being formidable, being absolutely fucking dreadful, in my opinion. And then it just gets better again with No Chances being the highlight of the album and finishing off on a great note with Redecorate. I honestly think this album is really good, and it's good to hear music from 21 Pilots after quite a few years of absolutely nothing. And I mean, that fucking wild goose chase they made their fans go on last year looking for codes and it only being an infinite video for level of concern. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you've made it this far in the video, there's clearly something about me which you like, so if you could just subscribe, you'll get some more notifications from me in the future. I'm looking to try and come back from YouTube. I've got videos planned if I don't have another negative session. Anyway, as I said, thank you for watching. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're not, just check your subscribe because every subscriber counts. I want to say a massive thank you for 250 as well. That is incredible. I hope you have a good one.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.